Did you know Jose Protasio Rizal Mercado y Realonda, aka Jose Rizal, is a Filipino icon in the Philippine history? Yes, he is being adored by young Filipinos both in the local and international because of his extraordinary intellectual abilities. Together, let's learn about Rizal's well-spent life from his birth, family background, educational experiences, life experiences, travels, books and works, and he. Jose Rizal, the national hero of the Philippines and the pride of the Malayan race. He was born on June 19, 1861 in the town of Calamba, Laguna. He was the seventh child in a family of 11 children, 9 girls and 2 boys. Who are the parents of Jose Rizal? His father, Francisco Mercado Rizal, is an industrious farmer whom Rizal called a model of fathers, came from Biñan, Laguna. His father graduated at the College of San Jose, Manila, and died on January 5, 1898 at the age of 80. While his mother, Teodora Alonzo Y. Quintas, a highly cultured and accomplished woman whom Rizal called loving and prudent mother, was born in Masic, Santa Cruz, Manila. She is a graduate of the College of Santa Rosa, now College of Santa Isabel, which is the oldest college for girls in the country. She died in Manila on August 15, 1911 at the age of 85. Indeed, both his parents were educated and belonged to distinguished families. Moving on to Rizal's siblings, first is Saturnina. Saturnina is the eldest of them all, nicknamed Neneng, and she married Manuel Hidalgo of Batangas. Second, Pasiano. Pasiano is the confidant of Jose Rizal. He is the one who encouraged Jose Rizal to go abroad. Among all Rizal's siblings, he is the one who supported Rizal in all his endeavors. Third, Narcisa. Narcisa's pet name was Sisa, and she married Antonio Lopez, a nephew of Father Leoncio Lopez. Narcisa is a school teacher of Morong and a musician. Fourth, Olympia. Ipia was her pet name. She married Silvestre Obaldo, a telegraph operator from Manila. Olympia died on 1887 because of childbirth. Fifth, Lucia. Lucia married Mariano Herbosa of Calamba, who was a nephew of Father Casarias. Herbosa was denied of a decent Christian burial when he died of cholera in 1889. That main reason was because he was a brother-in-law of Jose. Sixth, Maria, nicknamed Biang, married to Daniel Faustino Cruz of Viñan, Laguna. Seventh of them, Jose. Jose is the greatest Malayan that Asian race has produced. He is famously known as Pepe. Next, Concepcion. Pet name was Concha. She died of sickness at the tender age of 3, wherein her death was the first sorrow of Jose Rizal. Ninth is Josefa. Her pet name was Pangoy, and she died as an old maid at the age of 80. Trinidad. Trining was her pet name. She died also as an old maid at the age of 83. And Soledad. Soledad is the youngest of the Rizal children. Her nickname was Choleng, and married to Pantaleon Quintero of Calamba.
Jose Rizal's educational background. His mother, Doña Teodora, was Rizal's first teacher where he learned the 4 R's, which are reading, writing, arithmetic, and religion. Rizal also had tutors namely Maestro Celestino, Maestro Lucas Padua, and Leon Monroy, who tutored him Spanish and Latin. His teacher in Biñan was Maestro Justiniano Aquino Cruz, who owned a private school. It was Maestro Justiniano's father-in-law who gave him lessons in drawing and painting. He had 1 year and a half schooling in Biñan, which ended on December 1870. On June 10, 1872, Jose Rizal, accompanied by Pasiano, took the entrance examination in Colegio de San Juan de Letran and passed them. But his father's mind changed, so he was enrolled by Pasiano in Ateneo Municipal. However, Father Magin Fernando, registrar of Ateneo, denied to accept him because he was late for registration and undersized of his age. Later on, Father Jose Burgos' nephew, Manuel Ceres Burgos, helped them. Jose used the surname Rizal, thus he was the first sibling of the Mercado to use the surname. Contrary to popular belief, Ateneo in Rizal's time was a colegio, meaning a secondary or high school, and not a facultad or universidad, referring to tertiary education or college in our usage. When he was first year in Ateneo from 1872 to 1873, his first teacher was Father Jose Bech. As externo or non-boarder, Rizal belonged to the Carthaginian and occupied the last seat during the early beginning of the month. He got excellent mark but got only the second place in his class. When he was second year, he studied harder and in the end of the school year, he received excellent grades in all subjects and a gold medal. When he was third year, he did not make an excellent showing although his grades remained excellent in all subjects. He won a lone medal in Latin but not in Spanish where his rivals were Spaniards. When he was fourth year in Ateneo from 1875 to 1876, he became an interno and a part of the Roman Empire. Father Francisco Paula de Sanchez became his best friend and inspired him to write poems. He topped in all subjects and won 5 gold medals at the end of the school year. He graduated on March 23, 1877 during his 5th year in Ateneo at the age of 16 and received the degree Bachelor of Arts with the highest honors of sobresaliente. There were 12 students in the class of Jose Rizal, 9 of which, including Rizal, graduated sobresaliente with the same excellent mark in all their subjects. As for Rizal's extracurricular activities, he was a campus leader and an active member and secretary of the Marian congregation. He was also a member of the Academy of Spanish Literature and the Academy of Natural Sciences. He also engaged in gymnastics and fencing and physical training under his Tito Manuel. Jose Rizal also studied at University of Santo Tomas when he was 16 years old from 1877 to 1882. He first took philosophy and letters as a course. Rizal also had a vocational course at Ateneo while he was studying at University of Santo Tomas, which was agrimensor or surveying. He passed the final examinations at the age of 17 as expert surveyor or perito agrimensor, but the certificate was given to him when he was 20 years old on November 25, 1881. Jose Rizal also studied at Universidad Central de Madrid in Spain and enrolled in medicine and philosophy and letters. One of the reasons why he chose medicine was his desire to cure his mother's growing blindness due to cataract. His grades in medical course were fair and good, unlike in Ateneo where he got all excellent grades in all. Rizal took fine arts at San Fernando and private lessons in various languages, French, German, and English. He also took time for sports and practical fencing and shooting in the Hall of Arms of St. E. Carbonell. On June 21, 1884, the university conferred on Rizal the degree of licentiate in medicine in 1885. Rizal passed all the subjects leading to the degree of Doctor of Medicine to submit the thesis and pay the correspondence. On June 19, 1885, the university conferred him the degree of licentiate in philosophy and letters. On November 1885 to about February 1886, Rizal stayed in Paris to specialize in ophthalmology. Rizal served as assistant to the leading French ophthalmologist Dr. Louis de Weckert. On February 1, 1886, Rizal arrived in Heidelberg in Germany and served as assistant to Dr. Otto Becker. Together with German historian Friedrich Rizal, Rizal attended the lectures of Dr. Hans Mayer, a famous anthropologist in Leipzig. He also served as assistant to Dr. Schweiger, a German ophthalmologist.
Jose Rizal has published 2 books, The No Limitang Ire, Touch Me Not, and El Filibusterismo, The Reign of Greed. No Limitang Ire was written in Spanish. Jose's No Limitang Ire played a crucial role in the political history of the Philippines. Drawing from experience, the conventions of the 19th century novel, and the ideals of European liberalism, Rizal offered up a devastating critique of society under Spanish colonial rule. No Limitang Ire is a passionate exposure of the evils of Spanish rule in the Philippines. This was published in the help of Dr. Maximo Viola, 1886. Noli Me Tangere was published in 1887. The sequel of Noli Me Tangere, in which the El Filibusterismo. El Filibusterismo was published in the year 1891. The word filibusterismo is defined as the person against the friar. El Filibusterismo was written in the year 1890 in London, England, and it was done in Brussels, Belgium, 1891. El Filibusterismo was proposed to the three priests, Father Gomez, Father Gorbuz, and Father Gamora, known as Gomburza. Rizal believed that the three priests have not done anything wrong to be executed. Rizal believed that the three priests were only victims of greed and injustice. El Filibusterismo was noble politics because it shows many routine political systems in the Philippines. El Filibusterismo was published in the help of Valentin Ventura.
The Women in the Life of Jose Rizal. Segunda Katigbak. A beautiful young lady from Lipa, Batangas, a sister of his friend Mariano Katigbak, a friend also of his sister Olympia in La Concordia College. Their relationship did not flourish because she was already engaged to Manuel Luz, Miss L, a Calamba girl whom he frequently visited, but his father disliked the girl. Leonor Valenzuela, a tall lady with a regal-bearing pulchritude, but his love for her did not prosper because of his medical studies. Consuelo Ortiga E. Perez. Rizal was only about 5 feet tall, slightly taller than Senator Flavier, but he had strong aura of charisma to women because of his intelligence. He was in love with Consuelo but did not flourish also because he was still engaged to Leonor Rivera. Sieko Uzue, a Japanese girl whom they mutually loved each other, but due to difference in religion and culture, their love died a natural death. Gertrude Becky, an English girl whom he had loved but he controlled his feelings and decided to leave her for good so that Gertrude will forget him. Nellie Boasted, daughter of his landlord in Biarritz, but because of his loyalty to Catholicism, his love to Nellie did not prosper also. He refused to be converted to Protestantism. Josephine Bracken, adopted daughter of Mr. George Taufer, his eye patient from Hong Kong, after a month of romance, they agreed to get married, but the parish priest of Dapitan denied them of the sacrament of marriage. They had a son named Francisco, born prematurely and died 3 hours he was born. He was buried at the back of Rizal's house in Talisay, Dapitan.
Rizal was able to speak 22 languages fluently, including Hebrew, Filipino, Ilocano, Visayan, Subanon, Chinese, Latin, Spanish, English, French, German, Arabic, Malay, Dutch, Japanese, Catalan, Italian, Portuguese, Swedish, and Russian, and had enough for in switching from one language to another when he was writing.
Jose Rizal's jobs are architect, artist, businessman, cartoonist, educator, ethnologist, farmer, historian, inventor, journalist, linguist, musician, nationalist, novelist, ophthalmologist, poet, propagandist, psychologist, scientist, sculptor, sociologist, theologian, and others.